You know, I talk about what you can control, which is basically yourself. And you have control over what you eat, how much you sleep, exercise, mental health, and learning. But I wanted to touch on the mental health because I kind of grew up in the old school, which was you fell down, you picked yourself up, you dusted yourself off, you just dealt with stuff. And if you ask me, for many years of my career, I didn't ever think about mental health. You know, I have a job to do and I need to get the job done. And my expectation for the people that worked for me were, well, it was the same. It was, we have a job to do, so we need to get it done. And if that means we need to stay at the office until midnight one night, then we stay at the office. Or if that means we need to travel on a weekend, then we travel on a weekend. The whole concept of mental health, private time, decompression, all that, it was like just never even hit my radar. My job was to go out and work the hardest I possibly could, always get the job done, be that person that went and traveled when no one else wanted to travel, took the assignments nobody else wanted, went to the places nobody else wanted to go, and get it done. That concept of go-to. And I think that as I got through my career, I was pretty damn good at getting stuff done. Maybe not the friendliest, maybe not the softest, or most understanding and empathetic that I could have or should have been. It got to a point where I was just a tired, grumpy / angry, frustrated person. I got to the point where I just didn't like who I was. So I went to therapy. I went to it to kind of dip my toe in, and I thought, we'll see how this shit works. When I first went to therapy, I didn't know what to expect. I kind of wanted to talk about certain topics, and the therapist kept asking me questions about other things, and I was like, oh, God, why? And about 25 minutes into the session, I was like, this light bulb went on. I was like, son of a bitch. This lady is super smart. Now I see why she's asking the questions she's asking, and now I see the web she's creating. I bought into it, and I thought, all right. She said, give me 3 to 4 weeks, and we're gonna map you out, and then we're gonna work on you. I think that from my generation, quite frankly, one of my biggest fails, super successful at work, shitty father. Not a shitty father because I didn't provide, not a shitty father because I didn't work really hard to support the family, but I was a shitty father because I put work in front of my kids. I really felt like my job was to provide. That's where my focus should be. It almost killed my relationship with my kids. And so therapy has been a way to make a different approach, learn what I did wrong, learn how to do it right, learn how to bridge that gap, make amends, and move forward and be supportive, but not just for my kids, just me personally. The more I got into therapy and the more I started to learn about myself and what my triggers are, what sets me off, and how to combat that, or how to keep myself even keel and not get frustrated or not get angry. The better I got at that, I quickly saw the better my decision making was for my own business and just life in general. And I realized that the more I can control myself and make sure that I'm comfortable, that I'm in a comfy space mentally, the better off not only are my decisions, but just the way I interact with people. People tell me, God, you're not the same person you were a year and a half ago. You are so different. It's true. I'm super different. Every week I try and get a little more different in a good way, trying to be the best I can, because I finally realized I don't control other people. I don't control situations. I don't control the environment, but I need to live in all of that, and I need to react to all of that. But the one thing I control is myself. Focus on meditation and therapy and mental health has probably been the most productive and valuable thing that I've done to date. Yes, I exercise. I exercise every day, whether I like it or not. It's a habit. I've made it a habit. I don't necessarily like it, but it's a habit, and I do it every day. Just like I make my bed every morning without fail. Even when I'm on the road, I'll make my bed at the hotel first thing I do when I wake up, so that I can check an activity is complete every day. Yes, I eat fairly well. Yes, I get a good amount of sleep. Yes, I exercise. But it's the focus on the mental health that has been paying off tremendously for me. For me, I go once a week. I've been 63 weeks out of 65 weeks straight with therapy, and it's the best hour of the week for me. It's a time that I can decompress, I can analyze what's happened good, what's been bad, how to handle situations. For me, I like to go weekly. I don't want to go every other week because I have enough going on that if I go every other week, I'll forget to address certain things where I won't have time. So weekly for me works out really, really well because whatever's happened in the previous 7 days, we address. As well as if there's not a lot going on, we get to deep dive some other issues. Some people like to go every 15 days. Some people go once a month. Some people just read books. Some people just meditate. Whatever works for you, I cannot stress enough the importance of some sort of mental health support. Ask me today, do I believe in people taking all their vacation days? Yes, I absolutely do. I think they need them. I think they should take all of their paid time off. I think everybody needs to recharge, and if a business is not properly structured or properly managed, that's when you have an issue when somebody goes on vacation. But if you truly have an operation functioning well, it shouldn't matter if somebody wants to take all their days for 2 straight weeks. Deal with it. They're gonna come back refreshed, they're gonna come back happy, they're gonna come back energized, they're gonna come back calm and focused. I think the more balanced and more controlled you are with yourself, the better off you're gonna be, the better you're gonna communicate with others, the more approachable you're gonna be with others. Please focus on your mental health. It is a cornerstone to your success, both professionally and personally. Have a great day. Talk with you.